As promised, more work done. Structuring the shapes and value gradients along the back side that define this negative space here. As promised, we're going to features because that is where we start encountering the darkest values for this half of the composition. Fill in the brow a bit. I love doing eyes. I like to take my time. Really, just I'm unfold. This one really vanishes into certain darkness. In this case, it's a very informative value because it helps us to define the relative values for this half. I'm still using the medium here. We'll be tackling the far extremes with the soft pencil at some point. I don't want to use the hard one because I don't want to do damage to the paper. And it's not really necessary. Detail is mostly a matter of perception and prejudgment, really. And the trick balancing the two. That is a very nicely dark value there. It vanishes into that. Of course, small values to explore on the inside here. And this shape. I'm sure she's wearing quite a bit of makeup, but it's only helpful. Only helpful. Helps establish some really nice dark values for us. There. This upper one is, of course, not complete without those upward strokes, interrupting our highlight on the lid. So a lot of these, you need space for them before, like over here. It's a lot easier to add these in. You don't have to draw a dark space over a highlight, and that gets a little muddy. You know, when you mix your white charcoal with your dark charcoal, it's just not as nice. You know, it's a kind of smeary, muddy gray. You don't need that. It has no life. Skin should have life to it, so let the paper be the midtones. All right, I'm going to clean up. I'm afraid that I am not immune to the side of the hand smear, especially when we have all these loose particles. I have not done any blending yet. I have not done anything with a tortillon. I think that's how you pronounce it. Tortillon, or just a blending stump or anything like that. One thing, I don't want to ruin the effect with the grain of the paper yet. You know, I go in with blending stumps all the time. This time I'm just gonna let the paper do what the paper do. It's a fun shadow here. It's very dark there. It's a nice solid structure, which means I can actually go up a bit with the brow. Pull that in. It all connects. You know, you find that you're probably going to travel. And that's totally natural. It's totally natural. That's why we leave this soft and unfinished, because I find myself a lot of times just, I rediscover a new value relationship as I move along. So that redefines everything moving backwards. And I don't mind. It's like putting on another layer. And that's okay. All right. I know some of you out there probably like, oh no, sharpening your pencil, charcoal pencil with a a pencil sharpener, something electronic and mechanical. Well, I don't have a little sandpaper thing. I had to use all my sandpaper to fix a problem with my drywall. What a mess. All right. It's a little darker here underneath that. And that continues to be dark as it goes cast back across that edge of the top of her cheekbone. This is a surface. If we were thinking of it in a three-dimensional way and trying to contour out planes and stuff, this would be a plane. It's the top of her cheek. So I'm going to describe it that way because ultimately that is what we're trying to perceive. But in effect, what that means is that the really dark region swoops way back to the side and then returns to darken up underneath the cheek mass and to find some of the hollow of that geometry. And we're going to bring that up. We can do a flick method forward around the contour of that cheek. It's pretty dark right here. That's all right. I like that. All right. And now, with that done, go back to the side, turn it up. This is a shadow brought way up like that. A little darker. Bring around that. Get an archway there. And there's a value that continues on all the way to the inside of the eye, becoming more of a mid-tone like the paper. What I've done is I've just gone to about here, where we get to the corner of the eye. Maybe I went a little bit low. I can pull that back, remove some of the particles and thus some of the density, and voila, there you go, easy peasy. That value continues on inside of the eye. And then we have, it's a much more dramatic value difference between the brow and the skin here than it is between the brow and the skin on this side. So I'm being very, very gentle with my pressure. Barely, maybe I should be using the hard pencil to leave even less particulate matter, the charcoal, but I'm going to continue on. All right, going back to the dark side of the nose, filling in that archway, this fleshy bridge. This is the side of the nostril, it's a little bit darker. This is definitely darker, so we have a cast shadow under here, and then to a concave form, the nostril, of course, very dark. Being able to just dig in that pressure right there. Just really dig that in. Okay, and we understand symmetry, so even though it's not totally a shape match, we know that there are some rules for where it should be placed, where our shadow planes should make sense. Defining roundness through the nose. She has such an adorable nose. She really does. I'm gonna go ahead and flick around that nostril to reinforce that contour. Go back up here and a little more value for this fun shadow here. Quite dark on that side. All right. she's kind of doing a little bit of a duck lips thing. So she's got some pucker going on. That's all right. We're not going to judge. She's a model. Why would I judge? But it is making an interesting little shadow shape there as I look closer. And that's the thing, is more you look at values, the more subtle it becomes, more information your brain is processing about what your eyes are starting to discern. Yeah, it's pretty magical. All right, continuing on with that dark shape as it forms this kind of, I don't know what that is. Is that a sort of an elongated sort of sausagey shape that goes up to a triangle-y thing? I don't know. There's just no words to describe the majesty of the weird shapes we discover. The majesty. Even little contour lines. Oh my gosh. Lips are wonderful. Those little contour lines are so cute. You know, if you want to go super detailed. All right, and she's got this tiny little thing of a pucker. Like I said, she's doing kind of a duck lips thing. So she's got this little negative space there. It's not quite that big. I definitely exaggerated that. Definitely exaggerated that. That's okay. I'm gonna pull that back. My apologies. All right. Very light pressure. Not really smiling, so I'm trying to go for a smile here. There. Shadow there. Again, I'm going to pull back that mid-tone just a little bit on the lip. Remember, your kneaded eraser is a shaping tool, so you can make it into shapes. So that you can recreate the shapes on your page. There. Pretty good as that. I don't know if that really exists, but I'm going to put it there because it really helps me to remember the proportional side there as I go up along this negative space here. I have to admit, the particular portions of her cheek are a little bit elusive to me. So I'm trying to just approach it from the point of view of this incredible negative space. Yeah, all right, I'm happy with that. Happy with that. I'm going to establish that as shape going this way. Dark shape extending this way. What about the other eye, Terry? I hear you. I hear you. All right. Good enough. I said it's good enough. The other eye. Yeah. Just, ooh. Let's go in with these shadows then. Another reason to do that is it sharpens my pencil. See? Hack. Life hack. That's why artists always have these scribbly little lines that go off to the side. They're sharpening their pencil. So I got that edge right there. And it also gives me a kind of calligraphic depth if I so choose. And that shape goes right over. Her eyelashes cut right off the side of her face. And there's another big grouping, kind of clustered up together. And Thank you, cosmetologists, for these very dark, lovely values, defining contours of her face. Okay. I forgot. Highlights in her eyes. There. There's always more information to find, of course. I'll probably keep fiddling with this, and I'll, of course, add some more value along here to complete the gradient. And next video, I'll come in with some smoothing techniques. I'm going to do some work here on this. Yeah, I'm still not quite getting that cheek. I don't know why. I'll work on it.